Welcome to Tradingview with senior trader Stephen Woodcock. How are you today, Stephen?
I'm very well, Zach, thank you.
Right, this is the time where we mark other people's homework. It's obviously much more pleasurable than actually doing the homework yourself. Let's have a look at the first contender, gold from TNTsunrise. This is presumably the move that everybody's hoping for, because most people are caught long and wrong after Mr. Trump got his keys to the White House. Not actually there yet. What's your view on this?
Well, the projection, is quite a keen old projection there. But what I'd say is, like you just said, there's, including myself, that 1250 for me was an important level on the way down. We broke it, and I think we struggle to get above 1250 now. Yes, gold should be going higher, and you know that, if you like, fundamentally that would make sense what was up there. But I'm afraid gold isn't behaving like that at the moment. So obviously, because we've had a strong dollar over the last period, gold does not seem to be able to rally, even though everyone seems to say buy gold. So I'm a little bit worried with it at the moment, and think there is still possibly a little bit of pain to see on the downside. I'm friendly to gold, okay, and I'm slowly buying pieces, but until it actually forms some kind of base and gives me a reason to say, actually, that looks like it's done now, then for the moment, I'd say it's probably a range trade. You sell anywhere near 1200 at the moment, and you buy 1165. That's what it looks like, and a break of 1150 takes it to 1080. So that's where we are.
So we need something special, like the Fed not raising rates or something like that to really
something like that. I mean that's going to be a.
Or it's not going to go up until the Fed thing's out of the way anyway, is it?
I wouldn't have thought so, no. But and in the meantime, we're eroding the downside, and that's it's quite dangerous actually. This is, like you say, a lot of people are long and wrong, and still thinking, well, yeah, but it's stopped here again, and it looks like it's holding, and it's not holding.
Them down,
people have got to remember where we were gold like 5-6 years ago. We were a lot lower, and there's a possibility even if you did the 50% Fibonacci retracement, which is we're probably around about that area now, maybe. There still is room for it if it wants to go a bit lower. And like I say, when it was at 1250, held above 1250, I was buying it until that broke. It's broken. It's a trade both sides of it, so play the range.
Okay, let's go for the next contender, which is Euro Sterling Alexander Nikitin. A very pretty butterfly type situation here. I'm not quite sure what this means, but presumably it means that it's going to go down to point D and then bounce from there.
I actually forget about all the shading there and all that. My faults and all that. But I'm of the same fault as what that chart is trying to say. I do think the pound is going to strengthen slightly. I see that maybe coming down to that base. Obviously, we've been up to 120.40. I think we got up to sterling euro way round, which I've been in the markets for a long time. It should be quoted euro sterling as that chart is. But the thing is now, with a big retail market that is around, a lot of people are quoting it. The 120 and the 118.5.
120 is key, isn't it?
120 is key for the moment, and 122.50 that way. Because I do a lot of sort of deliverable forex at the moment, and so a lot of the numbers in my head are the sterling euro way round, which, like I say, is the wrong way. But I do think sterling for me still looks cheap, certainly against the euro.
Okay, next chart, which is cable by Olu. He's looking for probably something that you might not be looking for intuitively, which is a head and shoulders formation here.
Yeah, although in saying that is a lovely head and shoulders there, isn't it? And I'm a big fan of head and shoulders patterns. So and also as well, we did that. We've been up towards 127 again, got to 27.60, 70, that area on this rally, and then failed yet again. So, you would maybe expect this to maybe trade back down, could even go back down towards the 122.5. 123.60 is a big level now, downside. So they're the numbers for me, really. 22.5, 23.60. Although I've just said I'm friendly with, or sterling's cheap against euro. Obviously, my faults. I'm a massive dollar bull. I think we're coming into year end. We aren't turning over with the dollar, but we seem to have just lost a little bit of that momentum.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, obviously, we've seen the rally in the indices, the Dow, the S&P. So money's coming out of the dollar slowly back into indices, and which I think is going to hurt somebody eventually. But it's still doing it. So the possibility of the pound strengthening against the dollar is quite a big ask, really. But I'd say there's good levels. We've got support underneath it now. Whereas when we had the dip down to 119.50, whatever it was, it could go anywhere because we didn't have anything to look at really, except for very, very old numbers. So what I'd suggest is that really, it's 127.40 top end, 120, 124.25, that area. Maybe holding it, but we've got some levels below, so I wouldn't see this running away anywhere yet, and I'd be range playing sterling.
Okay, let's go on to the last situation. Dollar yen from Marcelino Silva.
Yeah, well, my thoughts on this. It's going up big time, and but I'd say over the last 3 or 4 days, like I just said, we seem to have maybe slightly turned over. A little bit, a little bit of the momentum went out the dollar, and a few sellers coming in.
We're just waiting for the Fed, aren't we? I mean, it wasn't.
Yeah, we are, but
rushing ahead.
Yeah, but we've had this all year. We've had this. We've waited for the Fed all year. Okay. Now, if you've sat around all year waiting for the Fed to do something, you'd have had a very dull year. Okay, so this is trading. I mean, we've come up from 101.20 on the night of the US election.
Yeah.
When we were trading at wherever 106, whatever it was, we came down to 101.20, and we're now 114.50 virtually. Now, my thoughts on this is we're going up a long way. 125 is the next, where we went to last time, but I think it's going to 150, maybe 160, but. Just for the moment, coming into the end of the year, I think we're seeing a bit of book squaring. I don't think people are going to want to go home over the Christmas period too loaded up, because I think we've got quite a, we've had big events this year, and the market is a bit edgy, and it's not taking much to throw these markets around at the moment. So I think what we're going to see is book squaring. We're towards the top end of the range. We're 114.50. The last 24 hours, dollar yen has started to maybe gradually started to rally again, bounced up from 113.10. But I think we're a bit heavy up here at the moment, and it may take the new year before we get into, if you like, break the top end of that ascending triangle and carry on.
Stephen Wilcox, Senior FX Trader, thank you very much for coming in today.
Thank you, sir.